The United National Transport Union is pointing its finger at Prasa and Nzimande. It says they're to blame for today's train collision. Untu says the tragedy could have been avoided if Prasa implemented a court order for supervisors to oversee manual authorization and eliminate human error. The union's General Secretary, Steve Harris, joins me now. Steve, thank you for your time.
Good evening.
The minister saying he's personally outraged, and certainly he's talking tough in terms of seeking accountability from Prasa. You've seen this picture before, not just with Nzimande, but with other ministers. What's your take on what he said?
Well, at this point in time, it's unfortunate, we must say, that it's talk and no action, because we've been trying to get a meeting with the minister for the last 11 months already. And I personally had a discussion with him at his budget speech, and I handed him my card, my business card, and asked him, and we've written letters to him via our federation, FEDUSA as well.
One of the things that he points to is the problem of cable theft, and he doesn't feel that security companies are in fact offering maximum value for money when it comes to how they're supposed to be protecting the infrastructure at Metrorail and even the infrastructure of Prasa. Is that the way that you see it?
Obviously, one will have, the minister will seek someone to blame in this incident. We've said on numerous occasions, let us at national level get together and find a solution. Because at this point in time, we haven't got a current police force or a security force that can solve the solutions we have. We need to sit together at national level with the Department of Transport, with the Minister of Defence, with the Minister of South African Police Services, and we need to sit down and come up with a team of experts to try and solve this cable theft problem.
So you do agree with the minister that cable theft is one of the big problems that Metrorail has to deal with?
That is one of the problems that they're having to deal with, yes. But I just find it very uncertain. How is it possible that for the last year that the signals in that environment from Bosman station right up to Mabapan, the signals haven't been working? It's been on manual authorizations all along.
So basically, the fact that today we're hearing of cable theft as if it is a recent incident, perhaps is not really reflective of what has truly happened in this particular instance.
That's correct. It's not the truth that is. That's not reflecting what is happening out there. And this is where we say the minister is not being fed the exact information. Hence the fact we have, through our federation, which supports us in all our actions and in our statement of today, FEDUSA particularly supports our actions, and we have appealed to the minister. Minister, give us the opportunity to sit down with yourselves and give you our version and our solutions that we have to be able to put on the table.
And tell us a little bit of your version of what you believe is part of the core problems that Metrorail continues to have this problem. And as we've seen, it happens in different provinces at different times of the year. But at the end of the day, you have hundreds of lives and families that are affected by this.
Well, first of all, as we said, you need to have a security or a police force out there that is specifically trained and on the lookout for these specific criminals. Secondly is the courts need to act if these criminals are caught and need to punish them, and punish them the harshest as what the law allows. Thirdly is we need to ensure that the police are amply afforded the opportunity to do what they are expected to do, and that is fight criminology. And then fourthly is the police need to start looking at the law as far as scrap dealers are concerned, because people are not going to steal cable if they cannot sell it at a reasonable price.
You're talking a lot about the role of the police, but the minister put quite a lot of emphasis on security officials, and this seems to be the private security that is being paid by Prasa to watch over its premises. So when you look at the work that they are doing, do you find that they're efficient and are just being let down by the police, or is the minister right that these security companies are using Prasa as an ATM but are not delivering what they're supposed to?
Well, that is one of the problems that we are sitting with. The security companies are purely security people out there with a baton. How do you expect a security person that is earning pittance with a baton to fight fire and take criminals into force whilst the criminal has an AK-47? I mean, it's not a match. Hence the fact we say we've got to get a specific force together, and we've got to create a specific force. And if it means that we've got to go back to the old South African police, the old South African railway police, and create that sort of policing, we need to go and create that.
What happens now? You failed to get a meeting with the minister. This incident has just happened. What's your way forward?
Well, obviously, we'll continue to write to the minister. We'll continue through our federation, FEDUSA, and we will use every means that we have to get that opportunity to speak to the minister. And if it needs to, we'll have to write to the state president as well.
All right, let's leave it there for tonight.